What is up, everybody? It is your boy Tay Tay the Savior coming to you with another video today. This time, we are live on YouTube and X, aka Twitter. So, if you guys want to come on in, let's do so real quick and let's get the party started. Let me check the control room real quick. Alright. Let me know how the stream is going. I'm gonna check on X. Alrighty, let's get the party started. Alright. So, let's talk about John Cena's retirement tour. And I did a whole presentation. We'll go over the different parts of the retirement tour, the good, the bad, and the ugly of it all. So, if you guys want to support me, hit the like button on YouTube and subscribe button. And if you want to get notified on what I got going on, hit the bell on the notification. And let's get it underway. So, John Cena is, to me, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Okay? I love John Cena. John Cena is the reason why I got into WWE. John Cena, to me, is a certified Hall of Famer. He is a once-in-a-generational talent. And he is on my Mount Rushmore of the greatest wrestlers of all time. I have him up there with Hulk Hogan, Steve Austin, and Roman Reigns. These to me are the Mount Rushmore of wrestlers. You can have your own Mount Rushmore of wrestlers. If John Cena is in Mount Rushmore, then it's your prerogative. If not, Again, it's your prerogative. If you say The Rock is one of your favorite wrestlers of all time, then that's your prerogative. But to me, John Cena is super influential, and he is the reason why me and my cousins, we watched wrestling back when we was 2 years old. And he's the reason why I got back into wrestling a decade later. Whether it's with feuds with Edge, feuds with Randy Orton, or the memes itself. John Cena to me is one of the most gifted and talented wrestlers that you can ever watch. And John Cena has done it all. Multiple world championships, um, iconic moments. I will never forget the feud with Edge versus John Cena when John Cena AA Edge the two tables. Who's to forget that Edge went in John Cena's home and slapped his dad? And who's to forget that John Cena threw Edge into the harbor? Like, that was so much fun and so cool that we never ever have any of it today. So, when John Cena announced his retirement last year at Money in the Bank, we were all floored. Like, we knew that John Cena, his time was up, and WWE had gold with the retirement tour. So we get to January 6th. John Cena announces that he was going to be at the Rumble. John Cena obviously didn't win it and went to Jey Uso. I was fine with it. But this is when things started to get really, really tricky. So allow me to pull up the presentation. So we get to Elimination Chamber, and I Manuel calling The Rock to sell out the Elimination Chamber because tickets were slow. Now, the reason why tickets were slow nowadays is because TKO, you guys are charging an arm and a leg for us to see it live in person. So, The Rock obviously came in and he kind of blew things up. Now, before we saw The Rock, he came into us on Netflix season premiere. He hugged Cody Rhodes. They was doing some like basins and stuff, and it was obviously disgusting to see. And then the next day on NXT in Los Angeles, The Rock said that he was quote unquote 20 steps ahead, which again, we know it was a lie. Looking back at it now. So fast forward to a month later, The Rock comes in to The Rock comes into SmackDown and he wanted Cody Rhodes to sell his soul to The Rock, which will lead to John Cena's heel turn. Now, if you watch WWE Unreal, it was The Rock's idea to turn Cody Rhodes heel on Road to WrestleMania. And the reason why I believe that is because The Rock was butthurt that Cody Rhodes went into WrestleMania 40 with all the momentum. The Rock wanted to ruin that and insert himself into the match with Roman Reigns. But with the fans' support, Cody Rhodes took his match back because Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble. And Cody Rhodes was the man that wanted to face Roman Reigns. So that pissed The Rock off. And The Rock, during the build, to WrestleMania 40, he made Cody Rhodes bleed. He punked out Rollins and Cody during the build. And Roman Reigns looked lesser than. But it was all worth it because at WrestleMania 40, we got one of the greatest WrestleMania main events of all time between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Bloodline rules. Cody won the title and all is right in the world. Next day on Raw, at the Mania, The Rock and Cody, they exchange belts. The Rock dropped something in Cody's hand. We didn't know what it was. And they left it at that. We get to Bad Blood. Rock and Cody stare down after Cody teamed with Roman to face the Bloodline. Rock came out, did the 1, 2, 3 throw slash. We never saw him for the rest of the year. And that's where the root of the problem is. Because I do believe that the reason why The Rock wanted to sabotage Cody again is because The Rock cannot stand the fact that Cody won over the fans and he's not. Cody Rhodes was the people's champion. The Rock was not. So, Cody Rhodes, we went to Elimination Chamber and he told The Rock to go fuck himself. And rightfully so. Because ain't no way you sabotaging me for the second time in a row. And then John Cena, who will win the chamber, will hurt Cody Rhodes. The Rock, give him the throat slash. And then he kicked Cody in the nuts, turned heel. Now, John Cena turning heel was Triple H's idea. We know this. And if you watch Unreal, the idea was meant to be built around Travis Scott. Travis Scott? Why? What does Travis Scott have anything to do with this? all he did was more harm than good. And what was supposed to be a generational heel run with John Cena turned out to be all for one viral moment, which has been one of the main issues with WWE 2025. They rather do it for moments instead of the long-term booking with satisfying payoffs. So, the heel turn is complete. We get to the road to WrestleMania, and during that time, we barely got John Cena during the build. And once John Cena was here, we barely got an explanation why John Cena sold out to The Rock. It was John Cena versus the fans, week 1. Week 2, John Cena versus the fans. And on week 3, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. And we barely got an explanation with The Rock. The WrestleMania before, SmackDown before WrestleMania, it was John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. And granted, we did get some bars between Cena and Cody back and forth. But The Rock being absent ruined the build and the match itself, which was awful. So we got to the main event. The match was abysmal. The match was depressing. Triple H had to send Travis Scott out here, which further left a sad, disgusting taste out of our mouths. Travis Scott, who busted Cody Rhodes' eardrum at the Chamber, only got a Crossroads, and John Cena will win the title and one of the worst finishes of WrestleMania history, one of the worst WrestleMania main events of all time. And that was a shame. Rock ended up going on Pat McAfee's show a couple days after that, doing some damage control. Like, bro, you know that you not being present ruined the match and ruined the bill itself. You not only ruined WrestleMania, you ruined everything about John Cena's moment. John Cena winning championship number 17 was tainted because of you. And if I were WWE, I would never want to send The Rock or Travis Scott again. If The Rock is not going to commit to the build, then he shouldn't even show up at all. Alright. Now, then after WrestleMania, there were some bright spots of John Cena's heel run. The heel run was absolute dookie water. So, I found some of these bright spots. Every week, John Cena would come out. Mark Nash would announce him as the greatest of all time, the never seen 17. I love Mark Nash and what he's been doing on SmackDown. He's absolutely phenomenal. Although the build to John Cena versus Randy Orton wasn't all that good. The match at Backlash was a ton of fun. Yes, it was overbooked as hell because of John Cena's limited wrestling abilities, but they managed to make the most of it. And we got R-Truth involved, and John Cena's interaction with R-Truth at times was funny. I liked when R-Truth came out as John Cena for Saturday Night's main event. Though the match was basically a squash, it was entertaining to me until WWE fired R-Truth and TKO was forced to bring back R-Truth, which happened at Money in the Bank when R-Truth came back as Ron Killings, and we all know how the follow-up was. They even fucked that up. But yeah, Money in the Bank was over. We got the John Cena vs. CM Punk. The feud was absolutely peak for 3 weeks. That was given to us. It was phenomenal work. John Cena goading CM Punk to go to Saudi Arabia and Night of Champions to fight him for the WWE Championship was excellent stuff. And I love the back and forth between Cena and Punk. The pipe bomb on SmackDown was gold, though it wasn't better than CM Punk's pipe bomb, but I enjoyed it. And I also enjoyed the Punkonomics promo with John Cena before the Night Champions show. And just like the Randy Orton match, it was a ton of fun, overbooked, and that's all she wrote. Now we get to the road to SummerSlam. Cody Rhodes will win King of the Ring tournament to face John Cena. They did a contract signing and they made a street fight. John Cena on the random SmackDown will turn face for some reason. Maybe they realized because the heel turn was flopping and because of the airing of WWE Unreal and the backlash they received for how they executed John Cena's heel run. Because let's be realistic, John Cena as a heel wasn't lighting the world on fire. So, Cena as the face was the right decision. I do think that John Cena should remain a face, in my opinion, the entire year. But it is what it is. SummerSlam came out, and Cody Rhodes and John Cena put on a match of the year candidate, far better than the WrestleMania bout. We got pile drivers, Cena and Cody going out of the ring. We got the Cody Vader spot, which was fucking iconic as all fuck. And then we got Super Cena and Super Cody back and forth. Like, it was insane. Like, it was anybody's game at this point. There were times that I thought John Cena had the match in the bag. There were times I thought Cody Rhodes had the match in the bag. But at the end of the day, Cody Rhodes will regain the title. And then after that, Brock Lesnar will make his return after 2 years away, after dealing with the Vince McMahon lawsuit. WWE will clear him, and that will cause a whole lot of controversy. Now, before we get to Brock Lesnar, John Cena will be in the feud with Logan Paul. Logan Paul, John Cena, back and forth was excellent. Logan Paul proved himself. Logan Paul hanging in there with John Cena, and then they will cook at Clash in Paris, another banger in this bug, and then on a SmackDown after Clash in Paris, he would put on another banger with Sami Zayn for the US Championship. The John Cena Open Challenge would be passed on to Sami Zayn, and they put on a banger. Brock Lesnar would ultimately ruin that match, causing a no contest, and we will have no explanation of why Lesnar attacked Cena at SummerSlam. For just like we got no explanation for Cody Rhodes being attacked by Brock Lesnar after WrestleMania 39. So, again, another moment just to go viral. And the only redeeming quality about the Cena Lesnar match at WrestleMania was the reunion of Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. Other than that, it was just a rehash of SummerSlam 2014, multiple suplex, multiple F5s, and that was it. No get back from John Cena at Crown Jewel, not even a team up with the faces at War Games, which I would have loved to see. Just the top loose ends. Nope. It was just a one and done to get Brock Lesnar back into the fold. So after WrestlePalooza, John Cena will go on social media to give us a match against AJ Styles. It was not planned by WWE. It was us fans who demanded that we get John Cena versus AJ Styles one more time, and our wish finally came true. We get to Perth, Australia, and Styles and Cena will put on a motherfucking classic. Tributes to Bryan Danielson, Chris Jericho, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, Rusev, Randy Orton, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Bray Wyatt, and they never left the ring one time, just like the Royal Rumble match. And I did hear that AJ Styles will be retiring next year, so the fact that we got John Cena versus AJ Styles one more time was fucking phenomenal. Like when they retire this rivalry and the matches that they had together will go down as instant classics. So if you guys did not see any of these matches, I recommend you go out there and do so right now. You will not be disappointed. Alright. Then we get to Boston. And we will get John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio in his hometown for the Intercontinental Championship. And John Cena will beat Dominic in a very fun match to become the Intercontinental Champion and become the Grand Slam Champion in his final year as a in-ring wrestler, which was a hell of a moment for Cena and a great moment for his last time, for his last year in wrestling. It was a much better moment than we got at WrestleMania. They wanted to make up for the whole WrestleMania debacle that took place earlier this year. And as much as many of you guys may not care for it, but I liked it. Fine for what it was. We also got a six-man tag team match the following week with Sheamus and Rey Mysterio in the Judgment Day. And then we would get to Survivor Series, and they put on what was an overbooked match in a fun way at Survivor Series. And honestly, it was the match of the night for me outside of the War Games. Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez will hit the finishing moves on John Cena. We got Finn Balor and JD McDonough taking a double AA. And we will get Liv Morgan making her comeback, kicking Cena in the nuts. Dominic Mysterio hitting a 619. Liv Morgan hitting Cena with the IC belt. Fox Splash. And John Cena drops the title back to Dominic Mysterio, ultimately putting him over in his last PLE at Survivor Series. And now we get to Saturday night's main event. And the last time is now tournament. And the tournament has left a lot to be desired because we got predictable matches, predictable results. Jey Uso being pushed, questionable decisions such as Jey Uso going over Rusev. Like, why? And there were barely any and outside of Javon Evans, Zack Ryder, and Dolph Ziggler, we didn't get Chuck Williams, we didn't get Obafemi, and we didn't get Joe Hendry in the tournament, which I would have loved to see being featured over there. Instead, we got some uninspired matches such as Rusev and Damien Priest, Jey Uso versus The Miz. And we even got Miz competing twice in the tournament after he lost to Jey Uso. Like, do y'all not know how to have any fun? And on top of all that, Sheamus was injured. Penta was injured. They had Solo Sikoa go over Penta, and according to Dave Meltzer, take it with a grain of salt, Solo Sikoa was supposed to go over Penta. Like, why? In what world does it make sense for Penta to lose to Solo Sikoa, who is a heel? So we'll get to the semifinals. We got Jey Uso versus LA Knight and Gunther versus Solo Sikoa. One of them was face versus face, and another one was heel versus heel. LA Knight would win over Jey Uso, thank God, because I was not clamoring to see another Jey Uso versus Gunther match. And then Gunther would go over Solo Sikoa, which I thought was an excellent match between Gunther and Solo. I didn't expect neither one of them to cook, but they did. And Gunther has had has easily been the best part of the John Cena's last time out tournament. Matches against Javon Evans, matches against Carmelo Hayes, and now Solo Sikoa, and potentially match against Los Angeles Knight. Who has, also gotten a small end of the stick this year, but I'm glad he's in the finals right now. Who do I pick to win the tournament? I'm going with Gunther. Realistically, to win the last time it's now tournament. As much as you LA Knight stands want to see LA Knight win the tournament, and trust me, I do believe he deserves this moment. He deserves to be in a much better position than he is right now. I'm going with Gunther. I, I do think John Cena versus Gunther is the match. It has been the match. As soon as the tournament was announced, we knew it was going to be the destination, but I didn't like the way we got there. And does Gunther necessarily need the win over John Cena? No. But I could see WWE giving Gunther the win just because they want to establish him as this legend killer who retired Goldberg, who retired John Cena, and potentially retire AJ Styles. And I could very much see Gunther versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, which would absolutely cook. But would I be okay with John Cena being Gunther? Yes. Would I be okay with Gunther beating John Cena? Yes. But if I were to choose in John Cena's final match of who beats, of who wins, I'm going with Gunther to win because John Cena wants to put over the future of the company. And I do believe, and it's confirmed that from Jimmy Kimmel Live that John Cena's final match will kick off the show, and there will be some WWE and NXT exhibition matches on the show. So I cannot wait to see that take place. What do you guys think of John Cena's retirement tour? I do think it's a very mixed bag. Do I think WWE could have handled John Cena's retirement tour better? Yes, I do. But I just read from one source that John Cena would have loved to have a full retirement tour. It was 220 dates, but they cut it down to 36 dates. And the fact that they wasted 6 months of their retirement tour as a heel was absolute sin. I do think WWE, Triple H, TKO, The Joint, The Rock should be ashamed of how they handle everything of their retirement run. And I think Triple H and his creative team need to do better come 2026. So, what do you guys think about the retirement tour? Has it been a flop? Has it been a success? Comment down below. And again, hit the like button, subscribe, turn the bell on notifications, follow me on X, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, Pinterest, all my other platforms. And yes, I do have a $5 tier on Patreon and a $10 tier over there. So, with that being said,